Have you ever had that uneasy feeling that your business could be just one cyber attack away from disaster? Maybe you've read the headlines. Millions lost to ransomware, customer data leaks, compliance fines that shut businesses down. You think, that won't happen to me, until it does. Cyber threats are evolving every day, and hackers don't care whether you're a Fortune 500 company or a growing business. In fact, small to mid-sized companies are the prime targets. Why? Because most don't have the cybersecurity leadership in place to stop them. But what if I told you there was a way to have a world-class cybersecurity expert watching over your business, without the six-figure salary, overhead, or hiring headaches? A strategic partner who ensures your company stays secure, compliant, and resilient against threats, without breaking your budget. That's exactly what I'm about to share with you today. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how businesses just like yours are leveraging virtual CISO services to protect their operations, prevent cyber attacks, and save tens, if not hundreds, of thousands of dollars. I'm Ryan, a cybersecurity expert with many years of experience in protecting businesses from cyber threats. I've worked with companies across industries, finance, healthcare, tech, and beyond, helping them secure their sensitive data, meet compliance standards, and avoid catastrophic security breaches. At Aegis Cybersecurity, we specialize in empowering businesses like yours with top-tier security solutions, without the need for a full-time, in-house security executive. Our virtual CISO service provides the same level of expertise that global corporations rely on, but in a way that's flexible, scalable, and cost-effective. I've seen firsthand how devastating cyber attacks can be, and I've also seen how companies who take proactive steps not only survive, but thrive in today's digital landscape. If there's just one thing I want you to take away from today's conversation, it's this. A virtual CISO is the most cost-effective way for medium-sized businesses to achieve enterprise-level cybersecurity. Think about it. A full-time Chief Information Security Officer in the US can cost over $600,000 per year in salary, benefits, and bonuses. For most businesses, that's simply not an option. Meanwhile, cyber threats aren't waiting around for you to figure it out. They're targeting companies that lack security leadership every single day. A virtual CISO gives you the same expertise at a fraction of the cost. You get strategic guidance, compliance support, and incident response planning only when you need it, without the long-term financial commitment of a full-time hire. The companies that thrive in today's world aren't the ones who ignore cybersecurity until disaster strikes. They're the ones who proactively protect their business, efficiently, affordably, and strategically. And in just a moment, I'm going to show you exactly how this works, and why businesses just like yours are making the switch to virtual CISO services right now. Let's dive in and explore how a virtual CISO can safeguard your business and save you money. Now that you understand why a virtual CISO is the smartest way for businesses to achieve enterprise-grade security, let's break it down even further, because I know you might still be wondering, isn't a full-time CISO a better investment? This is one of the biggest misconceptions in cybersecurity today, and it's why so many businesses are struggling to secure their data while staying profitable. Let me show you why this belief is not only outdated, but also costing businesses like yours thousands of dollars every year. For years, companies have believed that hiring a full-time CISO is the only way to get real cybersecurity leadership. And that made sense, back when cybersecurity was seen as just an IT problem rather than a strategic business necessity. But here's the truth. The real risk isn't in hiring or not hiring a CISO. It's in making the wrong investment for your business needs. Let's look at the numbers, because as a business leader, numbers tell the real story. Right now, the average full-time CISO salary in the US is over $600,000 per year when you factor in salary, benefits, and bonuses. And that's just one executive, before you even invest in security tools, compliance, or risk management. For most businesses, that cost is simply not sustainable. Even companies with significant revenue struggle to justify that kind of spending on a single role. But here's the game changer. A virtual CISO provides the same expertise, the same leadership, and in many cases, even better industry experience for just a fraction of the cost. With a vCISO, you're not locked into a six-figure commitment. You only pay for what you need, whether that's security strategy, compliance guidance, or incident response planning. Most companies engaging a vCISO spend anywhere from $28,800 to $300,000 per year, a fraction of the full-time CISO cost, with greater flexibility and a higher return on investment. Let me give you a real-world example. One of our clients, a mid-sized financial services company, was struggling with cybersecurity costs. They had a full-time CISO on staff, but they weren't getting the results they expected. Security incidents were still happening, compliance gaps were growing, and their budget was stretched thin. After evaluating their needs, they made the switch to a virtual CISO. The results? A 70% cost reduction, improved security response times, and a fully optimized compliance program, all without losing the leadership they needed. And this isn't just a one-off case. Businesses across industries, healthcare, tech, retail, are discovering that they can achieve stronger cybersecurity while spending less by adopting a virtual CISO model. So now you see the truth. A virtual CISO isn't just an alternative to a full-time hire. It's a smarter, more efficient way to lead your cybersecurity strategy. But cost isn't the only reason businesses are making this shift. There's another huge advantage that most people overlook. One that can give your business an edge over even the biggest competitors. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next. How a virtual CISO brings a level of cybersecurity expertise that no single in-house executive can match. Stay with me, because Secret 2 is where things get really interesting. Now that you understand the cost savings and efficiency of a virtual CISO, let's address another major concern. One that keeps many business leaders from making the switch. Many organizations believe that only an in-house CISO can truly understand their specific business needs. They assume that a virtual cybersecurity expert can't provide the same level of personalized security leadership. This is a common misconception, and one that could be limiting your company's security potential. Because in reality, virtual CISOs bring something far more valuable to the table, a diverse range of industry experience that an in-house hire simply can't match. It's easy to assume that hiring a full-time CISO means you're getting someone who deeply understands your business. After all, they're dedicated to your company 24/7, right? But let's think about this logically. A traditional CISO works for one company at a time. Their experience is shaped entirely by the challenges and security threats of that single industry. Meanwhile, a virtual CISO works across multiple industries: finance, healthcare, technology, e-commerce, legal, and beyond. They've seen the most sophisticated cyber threats and the best security solutions from across the board. So let me ask you this. Who do you think has a broader, more adaptive approach to cybersecurity? A single in-house executive or a cybersecurity strategist who's tackled threats in multiple industries? One of the biggest advantages of a virtual CISO is the transferable expertise they bring from industry to industry. For example, the financial sector is known for its advanced encryption and fraud detection systems because protecting financial transactions is their highest priority. On the other hand, the healthcare industry excels in data privacy and compliance, ensuring that patient records remain confidential under strict regulations like HIPAA. A virtual CISO who works with both industries can take the best security practices from each and apply them in new ways. This kind of cross-industry insight is something that an in-house CISO who has spent their entire career in a single sector may never be exposed to. At Aegis Cybersecurity, our vCISOs work across multiple industries, bringing you the most advanced, battle-tested security strategies. Strategies that Fortune 500 companies are already using to stay ahead of cyber threats. Let me share a real success story. One of our clients, a mid-sized financial services company, was struggling with outdated security policies. They were handling customer transactions, but their security framework was 5 years behind modern standards. They knew they needed an upgrade, but they weren't sure where to start. Hiring a full-time CISO would have been a massive expense. And worse, they might have hired someone who only knew the same outdated financial security practices. Instead, they brought in one of our virtual CISOs who had worked with leading companies in finance, healthcare, and tech. Within weeks, we implemented next-generation fraud detection techniques inspired by banking industry leaders, AI-powered intrusion detection systems modeled after high-security tech firms, regulatory best practices drawn from healthcare compliance strategies. The result? Their security posture improved overnight, compliance risks dropped to near zero, and they saved hundreds of thousands of dollars compared to hiring a traditional CISO. And this is just one example. Across industries, virtual CISOs bring a fresh, innovative approach to security, ensuring that your company stays ahead of emerging threats, not just reacting to them. So, the next time you wonder whether a virtual CISO can truly understand your business, ask yourself this. Would you rather have a security leader who's been limited to one industry, or one who's built security frameworks for companies across the world? By now, we've covered the cost advantages of a virtual CISO and the expertise advantages. But there's still one more game-changing factor to consider. Secret 3 is all about compliance and regulatory security, because if your business isn't compliant, you're at risk for more than just cyber attacks. You could be looking at massive legal and financial penalties. Stay with me, because in the next section, I'll show you how a vCISO can help you navigate complex regulations, avoid fines, and keep your business secure and compliant without the stress of managing it all yourself. We've already uncovered two of the biggest reasons businesses are turning to virtual CISOs: cost savings and cross-industry expertise. But there's one more massive challenge businesses face, one that can cost millions if ignored: compliance and regulatory security. For many companies, compliance feels like an overwhelming burden. Laws and regulations are constantly changing, and keeping up requires a dedicated security team, or so they think. But here's the truth. You don't need an entire compliance department to stay secure. You just need the right leadership, and that's where a vCISO becomes a game changer. Many business owners believe that compliance is a nightmare, something so complex that they'd need a full-time team just to keep up. They hear about strict regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS, and ISO 27001, and they assume they'll have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars hiring in-house compliance officers, auditors, and security consultants just to stay on the right side of the law. And because of this belief, what happens? Companies put off compliance. They assume we'll deal with it later. But here's the problem. Later never comes until it's too late. When businesses ignore compliance, they don't just risk cyber attacks. They risk crippling financial penalties, lawsuits, and losing customer trust. But what if I told you that compliance doesn't have to be complicated or expensive? What if you could have a dedicated compliance expert without the cost of a full-time team? A virtual CISO ensures your company stays compliant without the need for a large in-house compliance team. Here's how it works. A vCISO will analyze your current security posture and identify compliance gaps. Develop a compliance roadmap tailored to GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS, or any other standard you need to meet. Implement security controls that align with industry best practices. Train your employees to ensure ongoing compliance. Prepare your company for audits and regulatory reviews so you're never caught off guard. Instead of hiring multiple compliance officers, security consultants, and auditors, a vCISO acts as your single point of leadership, bringing a proven, streamlined approach to compliance that's cost-effective and easy to manage. And here's the best part. Because they work with multiple companies, vCISOs stay ahead of changing regulations, ensuring you're always compliant, before new laws even take effect. Let me tell you about a real company that was facing a major compliance disaster. A mid-sized healthcare firm was at risk of receiving a six-figure fine due to outdated security policies that violated HIPAA regulations. They were scrambling to figure out how to fix their compliance gaps, but hiring a full-time compliance officer would have cost them over $200,000 a year. Instead, they brought in a virtual CISO. Within just 30 days, we conducted a full security audit to pinpoint compliance gaps, implemented new encryption and data security policies, trained staff on compliance best practices to prevent violations, created a customized compliance framework, ensuring they never fell behind again. The result? They avoided the fine entirely, passed their next compliance audit with flying colors and saved over $150,000 compared to hiring a full-time compliance officer. And this isn't just one example. Every year, thousands of businesses face legal penalties for cybersecurity non-compliance. But with the right leadership, those penalties can be avoided completely. So let's recap. A virtual CISO helps your business save money by replacing expensive full-time security executives. Gain top-tier expertise with insights from multiple industries. Stay compliant without the stress of managing it all yourself. The companies that win in today's digital world aren't the ones that ignore cybersecurity. They're the ones that take action before it's too late. So now you have a choice. You can keep worrying about compliance, hoping you won't face penalties. Or you can take control today, secure your business, and ensure you never have to worry about cybersecurity fines again. Click the button below to schedule your free consultation with Aegis Cybersecurity and discover how a virtual CISO can protect your business right now. By now, you understand the power of a virtual CISO, how it can save you money, provide top-tier expertise, and keep your business compliant with evolving security regulations. So, at this point, you might be thinking, how do I get started? Great question, because today I want to introduce you to the most efficient, cost-effective way to secure your business, the Aegis Cybersecurity Virtual CISO program. When you enroll in our Virtual CISO program, you're not just getting one cybersecurity service, you're getting a comprehensive security strategy designed to keep your business protected 24/7. Here's what's included. Customized cybersecurity assessment, value $2,500. We conduct a full audit of your existing security posture, identifying potential vulnerabilities before hackers do. 24/7 cyber risk monitoring, value $5,000. We don't just set up security measures, we continuously monitor for threats, keeping your business safe from cyber attacks in real time. Compliance and risk management strategy, value $4,000. We develop a customized compliance roadmap to ensure you meet standards like GDPR, HIPAA, and ISO 27001, helping you avoid costly fines. Quarterly security training for your team, value $3,500. Cybersecurity isn't just about technology, it's about people. Our quarterly training ensures your employees are educated on phishing scams, insider threats, and best security practices. On-demand CISO consultation calls, value $10,000. Whenever you need expert advice, you'll have direct access to our cybersecurity specialists, without waiting for external consultants or paying per session. That's a total value of over $25,000. But today, you can access this program for a fraction of that cost. Now, let's put this in perspective. A full-time Chief Information Security Officer, CISO, can cost at least $600,000 per year in salary, benefits, and bonuses. That's a major investment, one that most businesses simply can't afford. Meanwhile, a virtual CISO provides the same level of strategic security leadership at less than 1/10 of that cost. So the real question is, why overpay for a full-time executive when you can have on-demand security leadership at a fraction of the cost? We believe in providing personalized, hands-on security leadership, and because of that, we only take on a limited number of new clients each month. This offer is only available for the next 7 businesses that sign up. Once we reach that limit, we'll close enrollment until capacity opens again. So if you're serious about protecting your business, now is the time to act. Getting started is simple. Click the button below to schedule your free consultation and discover exactly how a virtual CISO can protect your business right now. There's no risk, no commitment, just a straightforward conversation about your security needs and how we can help. Click the button now and let's take the first step towards securing your company today. Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing that your business is fully protected, with a team of cybersecurity experts monitoring threats, ensuring compliance, and keeping you one step ahead of cyber criminals. No stress, no uncertainty, just peace of mind knowing that your company's security is in expert hands. That's the reality of working with a virtual CISO from Aegis Cybersecurity.